Hello and welcome to this video where I've just whipped out my N64 quicker than I could whip out my big dick to shove in your mouth. So I'm going to be playing a bit of Biofreaks, yay, which I'm expecting to be kind of like a Mortal Kombat 4 clone, or at least be very similar. So I want to find if I can put this on easy mode. I'm guessing Freak is like a hard mode. Continues. Yeah, we'll have infinite, fuck it. I'm gonna go back. Pardon me. I'm gonna go for arcade mode. And the graphics, the N64 graphics look horrendous. Jesus. So we're trying to pick our character here. That guy looks cool. Game hints on, off. I'm worried now because I've turned the game hints off, but I can't really see what hints I need for a fighting game. I also wanted to pick up, is it War Gods? Which is another midway fighting game. So yeah, the graphics look very blurry, as you would expect really for an N64 game. Jesus. Right. So back. What are we doing here then? Right, so we can attack with the C buttons. How do we move around? Can we actually move around the stage in 3D, or is this just 2D? It can't just be 2D, surely. Let's just button mash. Right, so we use the shoulder buttons to move around. So if I'm going to use the shoulder buttons, I'm better off using the D-pad to do my attacks. I usually use the D-pad anyway when I play fighting games. N64 D-pad kind of sucks for fighting games, it sticks out quite a bit. So the game is in fact pretty easy so far, which is always a bonus for me. When I put a game onto the easy difficulty, I do expect it to actually be easy. So with the B and A buttons, they're like some sort of special attacks, I think. The sound on this console and this game, it's probably just a combination of the console and the game really, is a bit crunchy and, I don't know, hard and crunchy sound, a bit harsh on the ears. Everything sounds kind of heavily compressed, but then obviously it would be with it being on a cartridge. So the game's certainly not offensively bad. It's certainly playable. Kind of like its own style going on, but it's certainly no Street Fighter. Character designs I'm not too keen on, to be honest. They're a bit cringe-worthy. A bit like, oh yeah, let's make the characters really dark and fucked up, but I don't know, they just don't really make much sense. This guy's got like a gun and a bladed implement for arms and spikes in his back, and he can't really walk properly. He's got like some jester's boots on. Just idiotic really. And this guy's got God knows what. Certainly not the best console really for fighting games, in Nintendo 64. Obviously the controller's shit for them. And the graphics, as I mentioned earlier, are very blurred. At least the game does seem to run relatively smoothly, which is nice. And you don't get any of that texture warping or anything like you tend to do with PS1 3D fighting games. There is actually a controller that you can get that's, if I remember, it kind of looks very similar to a Sega Saturn gamepad. I don't know if that's correct. And it's, you know, the N64 controller that you want for fighting games. But they are pretty expensive. I think they're 30 or 40 quid, and chances are you'll have to kind of import one from Japan. Yeah, I picked this game up, was it when it was my birthday, one of my birthday pickups. Reason being, I went off on a bit of a kind of mental, let's pick up loads of Mortal Kombat games tip, and yeah, I wanted really to pick up Mortal Kombat 4, but I think it's about 20 quid for the N64, so I'm not really wanting to pay that at the minute. So Biofreaks, I think it was about 5 or 6 quid, so I was like, fuck it, I'll have that instead. I think I picked up about four Mortal Kombat games. So yeah, plenty of arcade fighting to be had in my collection. It's not like we were struggling for fighting games before I picked them up. The level design isn't great. I feel like I'm in every level that I play on, I'm in like a water tower or something, or a gas tower. Not really much variety so far, just a different kind of changing colour palette.
Battle 2, fight.
Fight! Not really used any crouching attacks so far, have we? Not really sure what the kind of special attack system would be in this game if it hasn't got any. Throw is the standard, hold 2 buttons to execute. Might be a Mortal Kombat kind of system with, you know, back forwards and then a button, or back and then a button. Or it might be, you know, Street Fighter style with your kind of rolling D-pad movement. I'm not sure. Or there may just not really be any special moves. Maybe I should have put them hints on.
Battle 1, fight.
No, this guy looks fucking ridiculous. Half man, half fucking helicopter. But there's like no point because he's not really flying up into the air, is he? I see some flying. That's flying, you bitch. Hey, I can kind of hover around for ages. That's cool. Didn't really noticed that before. Spamming with the gun attack. And I'll win. Yeah! With my fucking nipple sticks. The characters look like they should be like bosses in a side-scrolling shoot 'em up or something. They don't really look like your usual fighting game fare. They do kind of feel a bit cumbersome to control, but I wouldn't really say there's any lag in the controls. It's just not really the quickest fighting game I've ever played.
Battle 3, fight.
It's more of a bruiser than a lightweight brawler. Big dudes. Oh cool. Fucking ass bandit. The music is very kind of muted in the background. You can't really hear it. It is there to add a little bit of atmosphere, but generally can't really listen to it, to be honest. Now we have crowd noises, which is interesting because there's no crowd, so I don't know whether the idea is that they're supposed to be kind of watching it via TV or what. There's some kind of game showy kind of bling bling signs in the background. And my boy is slobbering. Oh, playing a jester now, are we? Beat his ass. Cyclown. I didn't even look at what my character was called. He's called Zipperhead. Why is he called Zipperhead? He's got a zip on his head. I think he has. Oh no.
Battle 2, fight.
I don't mind this game, but I can see why it never really took off as such. Certainly no Mortal Kombat. So next thing will be to play War Gods, which I need to pick up. See how that plays. Pardon me. Can we choose? Yeah, we can choose a different character. Let's fight fire with fire. See what the game hints are. I don't know whether you're going to even be able to make this game out on the video because the fucking graphics are so blurred.
Battle 1, fight.
To be honest, I don't really condone the use of emulators, but I think in the case of... Oh, so B is your shield. Yeah, I think this is confusing. Yes, we're getting there. Blowing moves can kill you. Back to block. So we've got shields and block. That makes sense, does it really? Oh, you arsehole. Yeah, in the case of the N64 with emulators, some people might just need to use an emulator to make the games playable with the... oh, come on. Fuck's sake. I'm gonna exit because the hints are just fucking horrendous. That character's pretty shit as well. Let's try this guy. He's like a cool dude. Off. Yeah, because you can, I mean, you can slam an N64 game through an emulator and comes out looking all nice and crisp and vibrant. You play them on the console and it looks like shit. I don't know whether there's any hardware mods that you can do to the N64 to get better picture quality out of it. Definitely something that will be worth looking into if you do play a lot of N64 games. So this character is a bit quicker. Not necessarily better though. I mean, it's a survival mode. It should be easy to begin with. What's going on? Fuck you. And he missiles my ass. Just to be even more of a cunt.
Choose your warrior.
We'll go for a bitch this time. She looks like she's probably got a smelly fanny. And here we go. Oh, come on. You look stupid, love. Ziphead. He doesn't have zips on his... Well, they certainly don't look like zips on his head. Ooh, she's faster again than the other guy. Faster the character though, I'm actually noticing some lag. I didn't really realise when I was playing as Zipperhead, but there is actually a bit of lag in the controls now. Just thought he was a very slow character. And I lose again. Fuck's sake. So yeah, there's not really much to say about this game, to be honest. It's one of them where it's just, if you like the look of what you're seeing on screen, then pick it up. Seems like there's some loading lag on the player select screen as well, which is odd for a cartridge-based game.
Battle 1, fight.
God, what the fuck is this guy supposed to be? What the hell? Okay, he chucks his guts all over you. Oh, this guy's crap. Don't really find much use for the kind of jumping mechanic. And I win with Sabotage. Looks like he has vaginas for hands.
Battle 2, fight.
I'm not sure whether that's intentional or it's just the dated 3D model. Yeah! Smack my bitch up. And again. Do like that he throws them against the wall, no matter where you throw them from in the arena. Feels like a nice, damaging throw, that. What the fuck? So yeah, I'm not really sure what any of the buttons and attacks do. Specifically, I mean, I know that there are attacks and then you got block and some kind of jump that you can hover with. But yeah, it's all up button mashing really. So yeah, that's Biofreaks for the N64. It's not the best fight you've ever played, but it's certainly not unplayable. I mean, if I was going to give it a score out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6. It's pretty cheap to add to your collection, so I can kind of recommend picking this one up.